Hi, I thought I'd give you a few painting tips. Tony's tip of the day. I have a good friend, Sherry, who has been teaching herself how to paint, and she said she doesn't have the right brushes. And I thought to myself, well, you don't always need brushes to paint. So I thought I'd give you a few tips that I've discovered along my many years of painting and innovating. Anyway, the first thing I like to do is make a stay wet palette, which, if you're not familiar with that, it just helps keep your paint from getting dried out if you're painting for more than an hour or so. So what I do is I get a styrofoam plate. Some of them I've had for years and years. A little paper towel or napkin. Wet it just a little bit until the paper towel is completely saturated, and then you just add a piece of scrap paper that you've torn. You put it on there, and when you touch it, it's kind of damp. And the nice part about that is, so say you have to run and make dinner, or the kids are yelling and you have to break up a fight or something, your paint is on there and you can just cover it up with another styrofoam and it'll stay moist for a few hours, at least until you can get back to it. So I've done that already, made my Stay Wet palette. Here's one that I've already started. You can tell this is a well-worn palette here. But anyway, I wanted to show you the idea I was telling Sherry about painting bluebonnets. So what I did is I got some Q-tips and I bunched them up with a rubber band. And instead of just doing all one color, I dipped them in my blue. Okay, you can see I have blue on there, and then maybe just near the top, dip it in a little white. I always use two colors. I very rarely paint with just one color. And then I will dab it on my paper. I'm using blue paper just so the white will show up a little bit better and you can see. So as you can see, I have a little pointer at the top, dipping back in my, some of it in blue, some of it in white. Okay. Back into my paint. A little thinner at the top. A little thicker at the bottom. Look at all those fun little bluebonnets, and all you've done is just dip a little in the paint. I got your Q-tip. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, I have a bunch of bluebonnets there. Maybe I'll put one more over here on this side. And this will work with other colors if you want to do some purple flowers, red flowers. It's good for making leaves on trees. Okay, so I have a bunch of things there. Now what do I do with it? I don't have a paintbrush. What do I do? Do I have one of these brushes that I use for around the house? You can always use a makeup sponge. You might have some of that for a sharp edge. Okay, I think I'll use the makeup sponge. So I'm going to just dip it all in green. So I have that fine line, and I'm just going to kind of make my stems. Have my stems kind of come there. You see where they're just all kind of coming, meeting in a bunch. Have that one coming there. And now I'm going to dip half of it in green, the other half in white. Then with the green side up, I'm just going to give it a little swish to do my leaves. Going to push. Look, I have a leaf. Back in my half in green, half in white. I'll have one maybe coming up this way, pushing. The paper's kind of dry, so I have to go back in there and get more paint occasionally. Let's see. And then I'll have another one, kind of just coming up from the center here. Okay, a little white in there. Voila, you have some easy blue bonnets, something the kids can do. This would be fun to try. I hope you like that.